Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, I'm Lisa Marie. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Did you guys like this week's episode? Express your thoughts below.
Everybody that gets on board the boat should check their ego at the goddamn dock.
Interesting points.
Yes, it is an interesting point, asshat. I hope Captain was staring directly at asshat when he said this.
Ariel P. from Virginia Beach said, Simone criticized Kate for not teaching her during charter. Do you think she should have to teach her as a second stew? And how do you think Kate treated Simone compared to other stews in the past?
No, this isn't a training school. This is not a training exercise. When you sign on, we're taking your word that you possess the skills that you said you did.
Knowing what Simone's frustrations were with how she was being treated, do you think Kate handled it correctly?
I do, because Simone said she was totally happy in laundry, and she was excellent at it. I mean, the laundry room had never been run so efficiently. When you realize a weakness and you realize that somebody's not particularly strong in a certain area, then certain things have to be adjusted to accommodate the guests.
I love that Captain defended Kate. Good man right there.
Yeah. Curious, Lee, how do you rate Chef Kevin's food on a scale of 1 to 10?
I can't get into a scale rating on it, because had he performed at the level that he could have consistently, I think he would have knocked it out of the park every goddamn time. But he let emotions get in the way.
Kate,
with Kate or with whoever else, and it would just boil over, and then he would just get a case of the
I love how he read Kevin like a book. Right on, my dude.
Ashton, do you really think that in your limited experience, you're in a position to judge somebody that has much more experience
I
than
asked
you
him
do?
to.
But his answer
answered.
was confusing, because when you were still gyrating in a Speedo for dollar bills, I already worked my way up to Chief Stew, and that was before Below Deck.
I'm glad that Captain is holding Ashton accountable for his actions.
You overheard a conversation between Kate and Courtney, which you had no right to relay onto anyone else, because it was none of your business. No, you overheard a conversation.
Wrong.
No, Kevin, you overheard a conversation that was none of your business. It was between Courtney and Kate, and Kate was her superior, and she said, "Why are you so flustered today? What's wrong with you?" And she told her in confidence. You had no right. You had no right to betray that confidence.
I'm sorry, I have to disagree.
You can disagree all you want. So you just automatically run off and spout it off.
Where am I running to? I'm telling him the conversation in the kitchen.
Why are you telling him
the conversation?
For what purpose? For what purpose? What purpose are you serving by telling him that conversation?
Because I want them to have a conversation.
It's miscommunication.
He overheard a conversation.
No, I know, I understand that. I think you should not have text.
Captain is so pissed at Kevin. He's treating him like the child he actually is.
Okay. By the way, we had the primary on Watch What Happens Live with you, and she said that had you explained what the penis cake was about to the group, it would have gone over really well.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the penis cake situation was such a big fucking deal. Like he wasn't going to serve a dessert, even though the primary went to bed? If he had explained himself, like Jamel said, everything would have been fine. But he just stood there like an idiot, staring, saying nothing.
KCH said, as a chef, Kevin, why don't you feel like the interior is on your team? You seem to work against them instead of with them. Do you think you're above them?
No, I definitely don't think I'm above anyone. I think,
see how it comes off then?
Yeah, I can. I really can. And I can, I just want us to kind of gel as kind of four people as an interior.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. All Kevin did all season was blame Kate for his fuck-ups. Kevin sure changed his tune that day.
Looking at your behavior in the kitchen,
yeah,
can you point to anything or any recurring patterns in the way that you spoke to Kate that led to the two of you not getting each other or not getting along?
I can see coming in. I just came in really hot, straight off the bat, and there wasn't. I don't think, especially in my position, there's no time to kind of sit back and see how it's all going to go. You've got to get in there and go for it.
What was the core of the issue between the two of you?
I think that he came off a private boat, and it was a large vessel, wasn't it? And I'm so used to this kind of program that they are so different.
Oh, definitely.
And so I think the difference was meeting in the middle with yours used to very organized, very structured, and with this, I'm like, you just got to go with it. You don't know what's going to happen the next 3 days, the next 30 minutes. Like, it's crazy.
No, of course.
Why is it that he can be so level-headed about the whole thing now? He even apologized to Kate and Riley. Someone please check this man's forehead for a fever.
Anytime you thought I was being mean to you, I was probably just stressed out, and I apologize. It was not personal ever. And so when I watched the show back, I'm really sorry that you felt that way.
Do you really think she's evil?
Okay, some of that stuff was said like in the heat of the moment, based on something, and it was just based on some of the stuff that you would do.
Kate is such a class act. Simone is a piece of trash, and Riley is fucking gold.
Trudy H. Facebook. Kate, do you feel hypocritical for admonishing Simone for speaking outside of your department, yet you did the same thing with Riley when you told her what Ashton said?
I think that what Ashton said was false, and also perhaps it was hypocritical, but I could already tell there was a lot of animosity coming from the deck crew towards my way, and I just felt like I had you down there, betraying the interior.
I think Kate treated Simone as civilly as possible, considering Simone was rolling her eyes like a little toddler the entire time.
It's annoying when somebody tells you to step up their game when it's not their thing to do, right?
Right.
Oh, nice segue.
Why, that's what he was doing to you?
All season. Yeah.
I love when Kate gets to throw shit back in Kevin's face. How does that crow taste, my dude? Fuck off.
Kate, how do his skills compare to other below deck chefs?
I think you're a wonderful, talented chef, and you also did the best meals for the crew as well as the guests. The crew ate great food, and that's a lot of extra effort.
Thanks, Kate.
You did amazing, and you were the hardest working chef I've ever worked with.
But she's still called a bitch, just for wanting the job done right the first time. Oh, and she doesn't want to have to babysit. Of course, she's evil. I just don't get it.
If you look at bosuns over the season, they are, because they're males, they get away with saying curse words like, you guys effing suck, this is the worst decker, you need to get it together, Captain Lee's things that I would never say. Me, I get called a bully because I'm like, I'm going to need you in laundry again.
Right.
You're not the greatest second stew. Like, I never use curse words at them. I just need them to get the work done.
I couldn't agree more with you, Kate.
Courtney, do you think Kate was too tough on Simone?
I understand why Simone feels the way that she does, but Kate is in charge of everything, so she has to accommodate the guests before she accommodates what we want.
That was the most polite way of telling Simone she was wrong. I love Courtney.
So the two of you have not spoken since when?
I don't know. I mean, I had to block him because he kept sending me aggressive messages about what I said on the episodes.
I wouldn't say aggressive. I was just trying to
I
find
would
out
say they
why
were
you
pretty
saying
aggressive.
what
They
you
were
were
pretty venomous. I've never received any messages in the tone that you have been sending me.
Like what? I mean, what was she saying on the show that upset you?
Just on Twitter and stuff. I just felt like she was bringing me down on Twitter, and I've never done that to her.
I hadn't even directly, I've been very general because I feel like all of the issues are things that are sort of fundamental issues and reflections of what's happening in the world and in society right now. So that's me creating a conversation about what's happening and looking back on it and wanting other people to know that I don't think that's okay, because I'm not going to co-sign your behavior by being silent about it, because I really don't appreciate the way that you spoke to me a lot of times and the way that you've messaged me since.
It's unbelievable how off base Brian is about this whole thing. Courtney is a strong woman standing up for herself, and I'm here for it.
But
But all you did was blame me
wasn't my
for that
intention to-
reaction, and my
I
reaction
promise
was
you, it wasn't
so
my intention.
normal.
I
And you
apologize.
reacted so abnormally to that.
I love how Courtney is addressing the bro behavior that somehow developed over the course of the season.
Brian, Barbara M. from Minnesota said, in retrospect, are you aware of how you were trying to control and manipulate Courtney by getting angry when she tried to talk to others about your relationship issues and whenever she had an opinion that you disagreed with?
Was I?
Yes.
Sorry?
Anytime I disagreed with you, you were angry with me, and that is controlling.
No,
when
I
don't
was
anger
angry
you.
because you were taking sides
No.
of the wrong person in the argument.
That's your opinion.
Brian is such a fucking idiot. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Simone is such a malleable girl. She still has beef with Kate, even looking back at the season? It's unbelievable.
Do you think you remain friends?
Yeah, we did. I still wanted to kill him.
Simone, do you
And I was
regret-
like, what the hell did he say?
Simone, do you regret hooking up with Tanner?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Based on the fact that I asked you if you liked Kate or not, and you said no. If you said yes or what, it would have been like, no. Like, no thanks, you know? So the fact that I was like, okay, the coast is clear. Like, let me go in, you know, get the snack.
The whole reunion just showed her extreme lack of maturity. Even with her math major, she looked like a toddler. First off,
The fact is, he's working on a yacht, so.
let me take a second to tell Andy Cohen to fuck right off for defending Ashton in any way during the reunion. He went harder on Kevin, of all people. Like, what the fuck?
The way you treated me, I don't think was very professional.
Are you serious right now? Are you telling me I didn't treat you well, Ashton, this season? Is that what you just said?
I just think that you can handle crew more professionally sometimes, and that's my opinion. I'm not comparing, I'm not going to go tit for tat with you and say you did this, I did this, you did that. You could have handled things a little bit more professionally this season. That's it.
I'll take that into consideration. I
When
did
last time
6
you worked on a motor yacht in the real industry, in the real world?
about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. And yourself, Captain Lee?
For the last 35 years.
No, when last?
When last? Last year.
Last year you've done full charter seasons on.
Yeah, you went to
on a
Alaska.
boat.
No, not full charters.
Yeah.
I did Alaska 2 years
And
ago.
you? And you, Ashton.
Yeah, I've done 4 seasons.
And
Whose
I
boat are you
don't-
working on right now,
Look,
Ashton?
I gave my opinion. I said that you could treat people better, and that was my observation. And if you think that I'm not qualified enough to make that, to have that opinion, then that's fine. That's your opinion.
How long have you been in the
I got asked.
industry?
I got asked.
You
the
just asked
question.
us questions, now
I
we're
got
asking
asked. I got asked the question, and I answered it.
Okay, great.
And he asked me a question, and I answered it. And that's
And then
what
you
I'm
asked
gonna say about
us
the question.
then you asked us questions about what motor yacht we've worked on in the industry recently.
Yeah,
Now I'm
I was
asking
interested to
whose
understand.
boat are you working on now?
Are you referring to Riley's tweet
No, I mean,
about me
you are
working on
living
my
in.
girlfriend's
Well,
yacht?
it's actually
is
his
he
girl.
working
It's
on
actually
his
his.
girlfriend's
It's
yacht?
actually
It's like
his
a-
girlfriend's best friend's. Well,
I mean,
ex-best
it's all
friend's
friends.
Okay,
boyfriend.
all right.
Okay, so
I wouldn't
would-
call that a real industry job if you're
Yeah,
gonna.
it's like his ties are because he's f***ing somebody.
Okay, but he's working on the yacht.
I know, but it's
Andy,
not-
this is all hearsay and rumors. I'm
I'm
working
sorry.
on my girlfriend or my girlfriend's best
Sleeping
friend's yacht.
Okay.
So what they're saying is untrue.
Okay.
And if they're going to carry on with this type of defamation of character, there's going to be an issue. Unless they can bring me hard evidence that I'm working on my girlfriend's yacht.
I literally can't fucking believe he had the audacity to ask either of those superior officers their credentials. That little outburst made him look even worse in the eyes of the viewers. Fuck right off with that, Ashton. I really liked Brian at the beginning of the season. I thought he was the good guy, standing up for the women of the boat. But now? I hope Brian jumps off a cliff without a parachute. That's it. That's how I feel about him. I really enjoyed Riley giving him what for. Also good on Riley for doing what his mother obviously can't. Hold her sleazy, disgusting son accountable for his pathetic behavior on national television. I can't believe this asshole has a girlfriend. She must be gullible as fuck. Bitch, the only reason none of the guys had beef with you because you were a yes man. You never questioned the guys once. They were fine with you, stupid. They loved that you were shit at your job. They were able to do anything they wanted without question.
Abby, Stacy W. from DC said you married your Greek captain. Congratulations. What's your life like now? How long have you been married?
Almost a year now. Yeah, because right after I left, what really was the case was that my visa expired.
Okay.
So I told him, we can't continue this. I need to go live my life and do whatever I need to do. And, it's been fun and good luck, and maybe I'll come visit you again in the future. That was basically how I ended it. So we talked about it, and he said, I'm willing to marry you so that you can come live with me and we can continue our relationship.
Okay.
Are you guys in love, though?
Oh, yeah, we are. So that's what I was going to say was once I left and once he actually, and I thought about it, I was like, wow, I really, truly love this man. Like,
And you're living in Greece now?
yeah,
with
we're
him?
living in Greece. We have the charter business. I honestly think going to the show brought me to this point in some way. So I don't regret going on the show, but I also don't regret leaving because I wouldn't be where I am now.
Tanner and Simone, did you two keep in touch after?
I'm pretty sure the deck crew was more sad about you leaving than you were. They got Riley, who actually knew what she was doing and questioned why they were doing things a certain way.
What did your mom think about the way that you treated Simone?
That's an interesting question. But, it was never really discussed, actually, with my mother at all. Everyone thinks I'm so close with her and everything like that, and all these conversations and stuff, but...
Well, you
there's
said
nothing
you're
like
close
that.
to your mom, and we don't think that she's so involved. We
Listen,
think that she gives
Riley, I have
you
nothing to say to you
leniency
after your last
towards
little
how
Twitter stunt.
you
After your last
treat women.
Okay.
He was blaming Captain Lee
Can I
on
explain it?
Facebook, saying that
In a private
she
group,
was very
private group,
upset.
that you
Private
decided to
group on
screenshot. That
Facebook
you decided to screenshot
was
it,
very
put on Twitter.
upset with how Captain Lee would attack his character on his blog. And this is why I have a real issue with you after the fact. You want to sit there and say I tried to everybody
Oh, no, I
when
didn't
you
say
are
you wanted
the epitome of wanting to everybody. Okay, and your mother's sitting there saying, "Shame on Captain Lee for holding you accountable for your piss poor treatment of Simone and the women on board." And I say, I don't even cuss your mother out or tell her that I think she's an idiot. I say, be a parent. Hold your son accountable. Don't be your son's best friend.
I'm so glad that Riley held Tanner accountable for his actions. Bravo, lady.
What do you think of the way you treat your employees versus how Kate treats hers?
I don't think anyone on my team feels that I ever swore at them or threw demands at them.
Riley may.
Too aggressively.
Yeah, I'm on that team, remember? Whether you like it or not. And I do feel like you spoke very condescendingly, very poorly.
Ashton is a fucking idiot. Like the whole world didn't see his terrible behavior. How is he still lying to himself about this season?
Every time you saw me cry, you rolled your eyes at me. So I'm not going to pretend that
you cry?
when Kevin was hugging me, you went outside.
I went
and you were
outside.
Like,
I wasn't
crying,
know that you
and
were
now
crying
she's
like
making me
this.
look bad. When we were at the market, you walked right past me. You look at me with disdain when I disagree with you.
That's your opinion, but that's not what I'm not trying to portray.
Well,
That's
you
what
should work
say.
on that.
You give your opinion about how she feels, which is like she shouldn't feel that way. It's a miscommunication, clearly, with how it started. But you can't tell her how to feel or that it's wrong in her to talk to her friend or her counterpart, especially when that's our environment is each other.
I don't want the whole boat knowing about my personal situation. That's
But you talk to the
then you're in the
guys.
wrong
That was-
field.
And you know what? You talk to the guys about me all the time.
Riley is the kind of friend I want by my side. She stands up for what's right, and I respect the hell out of that shit. Simone saying she's anything like Riley is nothing but completely laughable. She fucking wishes. My closing thoughts are if Andy Cohen doesn't go hard on Ashton in this episode, then this whole fucking thing is just made up and like there's no point to watching this shit because there's no consequences for anything in the real world. This is pointless. I really would like to know your guys' opinion about how the reunion shows have gone. I wonder if I'm the only one thinking this, that how unfair it is of Andy Cohen to go hard at Kate and Kevin, of all people, but he defends Ashton. Like, That confuses the fuck out of me. Is anyone else confused? I really hope we get some sort of conclusion on this next part of the reunion show, because if we don't, I really don't want to watch this part of the franchise anymore if they're going to treat this situation as lax as they are. I can't morally get down with that. I don't know about you guys. Tell me down below. As always, thank you for watching, and try not to screw the pooch this week, okay?